Good afternoon, my name is Ashley, and today I'm going to show you how to quickly render a wireframe image of whatever you've made in Maya. So the first thing what you need to do is actually have something in Maya. So go and load a previous project that I made for someone. There it is. And it's just a gun that I made for some people a while back. There we go. It has got some colour to it as well, but we're not going to worry about that because we want to assign a new shader to it. So you want to select all the polygons that you want to wireframe render. So we want everything, so you can either just select everything there and it will eventually choose them all, or you can go Windows, Outliner, and select all your polygons. Mine are all under these NURBS control curve, but they're all selected anyway, so we're all ready to go. So we can assign a new shader by right clicking, go assign new material, and just choose a Lambert shader from your drop down menu. You will notice in the attribute editor will automatically load up. You want to go to Lambert SG, so by clicking the tab there or going back one layer, and if you scroll down, mine are already open, so I'll show them in a minute. If you scroll down, you've got the mental ray group. If you click inside that, you've got a contours option. There's two ways to do contour rendering. There's just using this option by enabling it here, but you may find that batch rendering might be a problem, as I've found. So you can also assign a custom shader to it. So what we'll do first of all, we'll show you enable contour rendering. So you click on it and you unlock the options, and you've got your line colors, your alpha, so how bright it's going to be, the width and the relative widths. Absolute width will mean that every single line will be the same. Relative width will be, I'm guessing it's the size of the line that you're rendering anyway, but I always stick with absolute width. And because my object's pretty small, I'm going to reduce the width of the line down to about 0.05. Now if we render this out quickly, so we'll zoom in a bit onto the gun. Let's open it up so it actually looks a bit nicer as well, because it folds open. If we render it now, so we do a quick render, we find that it hasn't done it properly. All you've got is the bog standard Lambert shader. This is because you have to tell Maya that you want to do a rendering with wireframe, with contour rendering. So you got the mental ray option, or the rendering options at the top right up here. Go into your features menu, and right down the bottom you've got your contours. Click that to open it, and then you've got enable contour rendering. You've got a few options here that you can play around with as well. You've got your hide color, which will mean you get rid of the object underneath it, and you'll just have your wires, which I think looks nicer, but that's down to you yourselves. So we'll turn that on for me. Have the whole thing as black. Oversample is how vivid you want your lines. So I usually have 2 or 3, depending how you can play around with that as well. And your filter to get rid of the lines and clear everything up. So that's what I keep mine on. Let's have a quick render, and you will notice that it won't work this time either. There you go. That's because Maya doesn't know what you want to draw. So you click on draw by property difference, and generally it's all around polyfaces. Now, there's also going to be a problem here where it will render nothing. There you go, it rendered nothing. That's because Maya 2015 in Mental Ray won't let you do it under Unified Sampling. So you need to go under your Quality tab and change it to Legacy Rasterize or Legacy Sampling mode. Now if we render it, we should have a nice wireframe that looks a bit crap. So we're gonna just change the jitter and everything under the quality settings. So turn jitter on, max up the max sample a little bit, and try again. And it looks a lot better. You can play around with the width, you can play around with the jitter, everything like that. So, but there's also, so that's one way of you rendering in wireframe. There's the second way, which is the one I use more often because it allows me to render entire animations in wireframe mode. So we're going to start this again, and I'll show you quickly. So I'm not going to save this. Load in the product again. And here's the rifle one. It's opening all my windows, which is lovely. I love Maya for doing that. Right. Same thing again. Select all your polygons. assign a new material. Let's go for a Lambert shader. And instead of clicking on Enable Contours, scroll down a bit. Under your custom shaders, you've got Contour Shader. Click on your little options box on the right hand side and type in contour, and it should drop up. So you've got a load of different contour options. The simplest one is Contour Shader Simple, so that's what we're going to use. You've got a lot less options this time, a lot easier to use. Your color, so let's play around, let's have a red one this time. Red, and your line width, so I'm going to drop this down to 0.2 this time. And yet again, you have to go into your render options, make sure that you've turned your contour rendering on. So turn it on. I'm going to hide the source. I'm going to leave the source on this time to show you guys. Leave the oversample on and tell it what you want to draw by. Polyfaces, and just remember to change your quality to legacy. And pop these up as well. And now we'll have a quick render. And dun dun dun, when it eventually does it. I've bumped up the jitter and the other option that I can't remember off the top of my head. So it's going to render a little while longer, but still not too bad. And there's a lot of polygons in this weapon as well. So any second now, there we go. And because I've used the contour shader instead of just enabling contour rendering, means that I can produce entire animations of it. And I'll put a short animation of this wireframe at the end of this video. So thank you for watching, and I will be making more tutorials hopefully soon. Bye!